How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel as we return to the Tyrrell's Last Dance with Ricardo Rosset as we now head towards the end of the championship season. We are a couple of points behind. We're about 3 points behind Mika Hakkinen now. It is a three-way title race as we head to the Hungarian Grand Prix. There is 5 races still to go, not including this one. We have a trip to Spa, we have a trip to Monza, we have a trip to Suzuka, and we have a trip to the Nürburgring for the Luxembourg Grand Prix. Confident on some of those tracks, less confident on other ones. This is probably in the middle, as you can see from the track map down there. There is a few tight turns where the Tyrrell may struggle, but there is a good bit where we can hopefully open up the engine and make a good push towards a good result here. As you can see, we're not too bad on the final corner. We do lose a bit of speed there, but we're hoping that we can build up some momentum and get a good. We need a good finish in this one. As we drift round the first corner there. We're now getting to the crunch bit of the season where we cannot afford to lose any points on Mika Hakkinen if we do want to win our first championship since starting these retro series on the channel. So who would have thought that Ricardo Rosset would be the best chance we have in a Tyrrell in 1998. Obviously Tyrrell has a storied history in Formula 1. Jackie Stewart won a world championship in a Ken Tyrrell car, 1998. It wasn't at the heights it was 20 years earlier, as I think we're now approaching our teammate who we've had a couple of clashes with in recent races. We need to try and get past them, and we do. So Hungary's always been a track where I've not particularly enjoyed racing on any game. It's just one of those ones I've never been able to really get my head around, get a good rhythm on it. Despite it being in every game, every Formula 1 game I've ever played, it's one that I've never. For whatever reason, for this one, I just don't really know the layout of it that well. It's really strange. So we are provisional pole so far after the first lap. Obviously, our main rivals don't tend to go out early doors in the same way that we do. As we take a wee detour over the dirt there. Rally and Rosset comes back out once again. The intrusive thoughts come back out once again. They've not been too bad in recent races since the start. He's calmed down since the start of the season, where we were drifting round corners and going over the gravel. We might need to drift round some corners here if we want to have a good chance though. As we're coming around to the last few corners here. It's the penultimate corner there. Can we improve? Got a 115. I don't think we will improve. Depends how quickly we can get around here and hoof it towards the finish line. We're not going to improve on this one. So we are going to do our usual 2 banks of 6. We're not going to improve on this one, I don't think either, as we head off the track there. So yes, two banks of 6, 2 stints of 6 laps for us in qualifying. We will do 6. Go and see. We'll tend to, for those who are joining us for the first time, welcome. What we tend to do is do 6 laps, go in, skip forward half an hour, get the lay of the land, see where we are in relation to our rivals, and then we head back out for a final 6. I don't think this is not going to be an improvement either. This one's very scrappy. This is a bit of a wasted lap, but not to worry. This one this one's not as bad as I think it is. Although the corner's not as severe as I thought it was. Oh my goodness, the execution of these last few corners here, of most corners on this track, has been a pretty poor one. As we come round the final corner, as we run a bit wide there as well, so that's going to lose. Unfortunately, that's going to lose. Could lose a bit of momentum. Heading into the next lap. Probably maybe the best we've taken that corner so far. So we head round now, try and get a good run into this one. Yeah, it was fine. We had to lift a wee bit there. And see again, we didn't lift enough. And we are just doing donuts on the gravel. Is the pressure of chasing down Mika Hakkinen, who many thought at the start of the season was favourite to win the World Championship in that McLaren after seeing it run. It is a rocket. It is an absolute rocket ship. It's a lot better on it's a lot better cornering than we are. That was a good execution of that one. Yeah, so the McLaren's a lot better at cornering than we are. However, as we showed at Hockenheim last time out, we are a lot better on the straight. So we're very, very well matched. This is going to be the last flying lap here. Still not improved on the 1:15.4 that we put in first time out, and that was including some traffic from our own teammate. It's the internal sabotage conspiracy theorists will be out on that one. Again, the Toro Takagi getting in our way on a qualifying lap. Thankfully he's not been in our way many races, although there was one where we did have a bit of a hairy moment with him. As we are keeping a lot of the speed through a lot of these corners, so we are fighting the sort of deficiencies within the Tyrrell to take some of these corners with a bit more pace. This is actually looking like a very good lap here. I don't want to get ahead of myself too much as we almost go into the grass there, but this is looking like a very tidy lap indeed. A few more corners to navigate and we will be home and hosed for the last flying lap of this time. We do run a bit wide there, but this is looking like a very good lap indeed. One corner to navigate here. Can we get round safely? We do, and we're heading towards the line. This is going to take some time off there. That's a 1:14.2 there, so we take over a second off our best qualifying lap there as we grind to a halt going round there, so we don't wreck the tyres by going off once again. So we're going to head back to the pits now, and we're going to see where we stand in comparison to a lot of our rivals. Going by recent races, we'll probably find that by the time we skip forward half an hour, DC will have finished the majority of his. He tends to do a lot of the laps in the middle portion of qualifying, and I think we'll probably have Michael Schumacher, Mika Hakkinen probably leave a couple of laps towards the end. So we'll do 6 right at the very start, and then we'll skip forward half an hour to see where we are. But just before we go into the pits, I just want to thank everyone for watching. It is greatly appreciated. If you do like what you're seeing, it would be greatly appreciated again if you could subscribe. We do retro games, 2 ongoing series just now, Tyrrell's Last Dance and Damon's Redemption, on classic F1 games so far, and there will be other games that we will be playing in the not too distant future as well. So yes, please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this style of content as we run into Minardi in the pit lane there. This is a bit chaotic, but we are 5 seconds ahead. I did not see that coming. 5 seconds ahead of David Coulthard. This might be a one stint qualifying again, guys. We have had it a couple of times. I didn't expect us to be that far ahead. I really didn't. We'll advance half an hour, see what happens when Mika and Michael get themselves out. But 5 seconds is a comfortable place to be in. A good position for Damon Hill as well in third, but he's 7 seconds ahead of him as well. So let's see how we get on as we advance half an hour into qualifying. So we'll get 21 minutes of the session still to go, as we are still. So Michael and DC have DC's closed the gap a bit to 3.2. He's slightly ahead of Michael, but they've completed 11 laps. So the 1:14.2 is looking like a very good time. This could be a very, very good weekend indeed for us if we can, because Mika is not in the top 3. We could climb ahead of Mika Hakkinen in the World Driver standings if we were to win the race and Mika wasn't to pull any positions back. We'll fast forward another 10 minutes and see where we are going to be after 40 minutes of the session, 50 minutes of the session is complete. We fast forwarded for 10 minutes. I think this could be it, folks. We'll fast forward another 5. We're still 3 seconds ahead. We'll fast forward another 5. That would give us, if we need to get another time in, that would give us time for 1 good lap. So we'll fast forward another 5. This is going to be it, guys. This is going to be a 1 stint qualifying once again, unless Mika Hakkinen can find over 3 seconds in the last 5 minutes. We will be pole for the Hungarian Grand Prix. I can assure you, I did not see this coming whatsoever. As I said at the start, that's not one of my preferred tracks on the calendar. But we'll fast forward another 5 minutes to the end of qualifying, and we will see where we're going to be. So we're going to start the race. The pit crew can take an early finish. They can knock off a bit early as we head to the starting grid for the Hungarian Grand Prix, and we are indeed in pole. So everything is going to rely here on. It was a good start from everybody at the start there. We are away safely. We need to just make sure we navigate this first corner safely as well, and we have done. We've not run wide, and DC is holding up Michael Schumacher in third there. That is another Ferrari or a Williams behind it. It looks like it's the red of the prancing horse of Eddie Irvine in fourth. So Mika Hakkinen is way back. I can't even see Mika Hakkinen now because we are away from the chasing pack. A great start from us in the Tyrrell, and Ricardo Rosset is potentially going, if we can keep the car going. We have stopped on the track though. That will let the chasing pack follow up. But if we can keep the car going in between, preferably on the tarmac as well, Ricardo, as the intrusive thoughts are coming in, and he's going at the rallying element of Ricardo Rosset is coming out at the worst possible time here. Then the crunch end of the season. After this, including this race, we have 5 races of the season to go. There is a couple of tracks where we could do well. There is one specific track, that I think we can struggle in, the Nürburgring for the Luxembourg Grand Prix, the penultimate race of the season. But this is a bonus. I was not expecting to be pole by such a margin. But being a pole by such a margin means nothing in the race where you're only separated by a couple of metres anyway on the start line. But we finish the first lap as it is. It must have been Frentzen that was sitting in fourth in the Winfield Williams. But Mika Hakkinen has got ahead of him. Mika is up to fourth. DC has put in the fastest lap of the race, but it is us. Hakkinen is also then has just usurped his teammate, but he is still sitting in fourth. So it is Ricardo Rosset leading from David Coulthard, Michael Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen. Importantly for us, DC is separated us from our main title rivals. We are sandwiched between Mika and Michael in second place in the World Driver standings just now, but DC has thrown a spanner right in the works for our main title contention challengers, as we are now navigating just the last couple of corners here on lap number 2 of the 1998 Hungarian Grand Prix, and this is going well to plan for the Tyrrell team, for Ricardo Rosset's side of the garage. We have pulled away and got ourselves a nice gap between us and the chasing pack. It is still Rosset from Coulthard, from Schumacher, from Frentzen, and Eddie Irvine is going to take, as it stands, going to take the last World Championship point in 6th place. We are 1/3 of the way through this race, as Ricardo Rosset is navigating the Hungaroring here in Budapest with precision, with aplomb. The confidence is oozing out of the man. He's throwing the car into these corners now. Well, some of them anyway. That was a bit nervy, but there is a gap. We can afford to be nervy if it means that we keep the car facing forward and on the tarmac between those two all important white lines. We didn't really do it there, but we are now two corners away from being halfway through this Grand Prix, and Ricardo Rosset has shown that he has the class to be Formula 1 World Champion. This has been a very, very tidy performance indeed, as we have gone for a 1:16.4, putting another fastest lap of the race. Unfortunately, 1998, there was no extra point for that, but the standings are as you were: Rosset, Coulthard, Schumacher, Hakkinen, Frentzen and Irvine. Schumacher won't want to give up any ground for Mika Hakkinen either, so that could play into us as well. Mika is going to need to work to get past Michael Schumacher, and we will just let them battle it out behind us. Our main objective here is finishing this race. We've already had one heartbreaking gearbox failure in Austria as we were chasing Michael Schumacher down for a podium. As we navigate the twists and turns of the Hungaroring, trying to keep the car facing forward. We're doing amazingly to keep the car facing forward, as once again we are coming to this penultimate corner of the track. One last hairpin to navigate and we will be on the start-finish straight to complete 2/3 of this Grand Prix, and we are miles ahead of the chasing pack here. 4 laps to go, 4 laps complete, 2 laps to go, and the top 6 are once again as you were. It might be a close battle with them, I wouldn't know, because we are focused on keeping our car facing forward, keeping Ricardo Rosset on the straight and narrow. And that was very, very confident there as well, going round these corners. Is this the performance that gives us the... Oh, steady! I was just about to say, is this the performance that shows that it is not a fluke? It's not a fluke. We are going round a track that we weren't confident on with the confidence of a world champion. And this could be the race that everyone stands up and takes notice. With at least 2 tracks, Monza and Spa, where I think the Tyrrell is going to shine, we could be an unexpected victory here. Means we could be marching towards the World Drivers' Championship, as we are miles ahead of the chasing pack as we enter the last lap, and the chasing pack has not changed. It is Rosset from Coulthard, from Schumacher, followed by Hakkinen, Frentzen and Eddie Irvine rounding out the points. We have just got to keep this car moving forward for one more lap, for one more minute of this Grand Prix, and we will be taking the top spot, top of the pile in the World Drivers' standings for 1998 with 4 races to go. We've had some frustrating seasons with Nigel Mansell at McLaren on Formula 1, the original Formula 1 game. We had some frustrations with we had frustrations but very high highs with Rubens Barrichello on Stewart's debut season on Formula 1 97 on the GOAT. But we could be marching to our first World Championship with, of all people, Ricardo Rosset in a Tyrrell on their final season on Formula 1 1998, or Formula 1 98, the 1998 season. As we go towards the pit lane there, we go and celebrate with our crew. Another victory for Ricardo Rosset in the 1998 World Championship, as we now go top of the pile. We were 3 points behind Mika Hakkinen heading into this race. Mika Hakkinen has potentially only finished 4th. We wait to see where everyone else finished, But this is an excellent weekend for Ken Tyrrell as he heads towards retirement, and Ricardo Rosset as he is exercising the demons of what was people thinking he was not good enough for Formula 1. There is the final stand. 6 seconds, a commanding victory. We were the only driver to finish the race in sub 8 minutes. Rosset, Coulthard, Schumacher, Hakkinen, Frentzen, Irvine is your top 6. We go to the World Drivers' Standings to see that we lead Mika Hakkinen by 5 points with 4 races to go. 5 points ahead with a potential 40 still to play for. The World Championship is not over yet, but we've put ourselves top at the business end of the season. Michael Schumacher's a further 8 points back from a further 8 points behind Mika, so we're 13 points ahead of Schumacher. DC's on 51, Eddie Irvine is on 34 and 5th. Then you've got Frentzen continuing his decent season in a pretty poor Williams car. Alex Wirtz, Jean Alesi, Damon Hill, and Johnny Herbert and Ralf Schumacher rounding out the top 10 there. Still pointless is Williams number 1, the reigning world champion. But so continuing his dreadful season. We move on to the constructors. McLaren running away with it. Well, not necessarily really running away with it. There is still potentially a lot of points still to earn the others. 64 potential world drivers points playing for if you finish 1-2. So it's a maximum of 64 still to go. So Ferrari can still catch them up. We are keeping pace with Ferrari, but we are going to clinch 3rd place at the very least over Williams. Mecachrome still not confirmed, but it's likely that we'll finish ahead of Williams, especially if the world champion is not holding up his end of the bargain. But we go back to the driver standings there just to finish it off there. We are leading the World Championship, as I say, with 4 races to go. Next time out, in the next races, we've got Monza, we've got Spa, excellent tracks where we could really open up the Tyrrell. Nürburgring, possibly not as much. I don't think we could struggle there. Suzuka has got the tight technical parts. It's got the long straights as well. So it's still all to play for, but I feel now it is within our hands. It's destiny we hold. We are masters of our own destiny, and Tyrrell's last stands. Ricardo Rosset 5 points clear of the World Driver Championship. So with that, I thank you all once again for watching to this point. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please like the video. It would be greatly appreciated. But until next time, thank you all once again for watching, and we'll see you then.